What's going on, people? Welcome to the Player Ratings Show. Palace 1, Fulham 1. Quick one from us. As always, discussing the individual performances from the game. Let us know your ratings in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe. Let's try and get over 100 likes as normal and get involved throughout the show, whether you agree or disagree with us. Let's get started straight away with Dean Henderson, who didn't keep a clean sheet like he did against Newcastle. And me and Patrick gave him both a 6. For me, I don't think he could have done much for the goal, and his distribution wasn't great. Normal, about 69%, I believe. So not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, he had one save to make and he let a goal in. So basic 6. Next,
Munoz, 7.5. I thought he was involved going forward. I think he should have won a penalty. I don't know what you think, Patrick, but I think he should have got a penalty. He's running up and down the pitch, and I was actually impressed with him. I think he done his job perfectly well. And the goal that we conceded, could he have done better? I don't know. He got swung into the box. It's not really his job, but I don't think there was much wrong with his game yesterday. I thought he was involved.
I agree as far as winning the penalty. I'm surprised he didn't get that penalty. To me, it's a penalty all day. I've seen a penalty called at least 10 times this season. I don't know why. Maybe I gave him a not higher grade rating because he actually lost 10 duels, which is a lot for him to lose. So that aside, he was fine.
Again? Who was it again? I forgot who was on that side. I know William came on after.
It would have been
Ayew. Yeah, it was Ayew. I thought he done a good job. That's funny the stats say that, because I thought
it is right. Exactly.
I thought he had Ayew in his pocket for a long period of time, but. Yeah. Stats, I guess. And when you look at them, then yeah, you do have a point. But from the eye test, I thought he done a relatively good job. Let's move on to Nathaniel Klein, who's been a very solid defender. And I think the reason he's been playing there is probably because he's got a bit more legs than Joel Ward. But look, 7.5, 7 all around, Patrick, from a right back who can't really play right back. He seems like he found a new role at this Palace side, just like Joel Ward. And it worked out well against Fulham as well.
Yeah, I think that it's amazing that he's able to do a role that I didn't think Joe Ward could even do. Now we've got both Ward and Klein doing a similar role. And just imagine when Gahey's there, or even Rob Holding, like a real centre-half. But no, Klein had a really good game yesterday. The thing that stands out to me again with him is the passing accuracy. 95%. It's nice, 92%. I mean, his passing is spot on. He doesn't get complicated. He goes sideways. He goes forward. He had 2 passes into the final third. But he just very, very adapted very well. Listen, kudos to Nathaniel Klein. Played really well in that new position for him.
Yeah. Do you think he's got a future there?
See, I heard you guys talking about it yesterday. I don't know if I want to go crazy based on these games with Glasgow. I just think that he's done a great job. I don't know. He's been better at that position than as a traditional right back. I don't know. What's his contract status? Does he have another year left?
I don't know. Max got another year left, or is it this summer? I'm not too sure. But I do think, like, regardless of how well it's done, we'll talk about Jeffrey Schlupp as well, but it's probably still a good time to move on. You can't have Joe Wood and Nathaniel Klein still at the football club.
I agree.
They have to be one. And both of them can't play the right wing back, bro. I can tell you that 100%.
Exactly. Listen, he's done a great job. If he had another year left, I used T's phrase, positional versatility. He can play right back, left back, or right left back. But my point is, if he doesn't have a contract, I wouldn't sign him back again. I wouldn't. So
yeah, if we sell Gahey, I expect us to sign a replacement for him as well as another defender as well. And I think that should solve that depth issues there. Because of course we haven't had Rob Holding for a while, but with a fresh start, because a lot of players, they've just been ruined this season. I mean, look at our injury list compared to Fulham's. It's ridiculous. I mean, Fulham didn't have a single injury, I don't think, in that game. But our one, it's been a shambles all season. So with a fresh start, Rob Holding there, maybe another defender, I think we'll be fine. I don't think we'll be using Nathaniel Klein or needing him anyways. Let's talk about Joachim Andersen, Captain Andersen. 7, which is not bad. But I have to admit, his game wasn't the same as he was before. He was a bit sloppy at times on the ball. I don't know if the stats back up what I saw. But yeah, he wasn't... He was actually defensively, I thought he was pretty solid. He was very, very aggressive, and maybe he was lucky not to get a yellow card. But on the ball at times, I just felt like it wasn't the normal Joachim.
Yeah, I think his passing was off 74%. I thought he had a good first half. The second half, he seemed to get a little caught up in making silly fouls. He had 6 fouls, which is a lot for him. Finally got the yellow card. 11 recoveries. 3 clearances, 10 passes into the final third, but it wasn't the same Joachim. And I don't know where he was. I'm not saying the goal was his fault, but I don't know where he was in that goal. Muniz is a striker.
Yeah.
I didn't see Joe in the picture at all. So.
Well, if you look at the positions, you got him, then you got the right centre back. I would say more than Richards. So it has to be between Anderson and Nathaniel Klein. And the one thing about Klein I'm thinking is in the air, he doesn't sound great to have. But like, I think that's his weakness. Like, so I'm thinking like that could be a target area when teams figure us out. So that's why I wouldn't want Nathaniel Klein playing at centre back for the long-term future.
I agree.
Let's move on to Chris Richards. Richards, I thought he was the best defender. Fantastic once again.
81% passing, 76 touches, most of all of our defenders, 7 clearances, 5 out of 6 aerial duels won, 3 out of 4 ground duels won. Almost scored a goal in a 40th minute header on a corner, head over the bar. He's been really, really good, man. I'm only just wondering about one thing, D. You know what that is?
What?
I've not seen you wear that Richards jersey that I got you for a gift when you won the bet last year. That aside,
I wore it. I wear it to football.
I've never seen it.
Richards. I wear it to football. That's the thing. I don't really wear it on streams, but I wear it to football. And plus,
you used to last year.
I haven't got my dusty wardrobe. I haven't got my dusty wardrobe behind me, so it's not with me right now anyway. So it's not like I got a selection of clothes. But yeah, man, I mean, I have been wearing it. It's been good. I've been wearing it to football. But look, that's fantastic. Gehi, Richards, Anderson right now is our 3 defenders, I think, without a doubt. But of course, if Gehi leaves, I think I'm not opposed to it. I know it's a player rating show, but I'm not opposed to it with Anderson Richards being there and under Glasner's system. I think we can find a replacement. And I think if we were to sell one key player, Richards gives me that confidence. I think he can be that good second or third defender along that back line. And I think he can do it once 100%. Again. So hopefully he gets a bit more game time. And let's see what happens next season. Now, Mitchell, look, I think he was involved, of course, in the goal that we conceded. He gave away the ball. But you was not happy with him in particular. I think you said that he's probably the worst player out on the pitch. Is that down to the lack of competition?
I think he was just tired. He made a mistake on the goal, but he also, I don't know, he was trying to play out the back. That was a terrible defensive on him. But I just think he's tired. You're right. I just think he's competition. He also didn't stop the cross. No need to lose the ball. Castagna was one-on-one in him, and he didn't stop the cross. I just think he's tired. I'm not really. Listen, he's been really good a lot of the season. He's been very good on the Glasner. I just think he's tired. And again, I thought the Cordova Reed. I have a problem saying that guy's name. Didn't do much, but I just thought out of all our defenders, I thought he defended pretty well yesterday. He was the worst. Maybe 5's too low. Maybe should have been a 6. But again, it is what it is.
Yeah, I've said it for a while. He needs competition. As good as he is, I mean, he's been doing a great job right now in terms of like surviving and holding down the role as it is. Because I mean, one injury could just ruin everything. I don't know who else we got in our squad that can play that role. Maybe Jeffrey Schlupp can fit there. I don't think Edouard has legs to really do it like Mitchell does it. But yeah, so we need to solve that. We need to solve that this summer. Wharton. Hey, don't let me get started on him. 9 from you, 8.5 from me.
Disgusting. 8.5. You're a disgrace. You're a cheat.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling humble today. But yeah, I just think when it comes down to what he can achieve, I've said it with T yesterday. He doesn't really have a ceiling for me, and the reason why I say that, I think the ceiling is the top. There isn't much higher than you can get, and when I say top, I mean like top 6 minimum. And regular England international. And he was creating all of our attacks, especially in the first half. And he got the assist in the second half for Jeffrey Schlupp as well. So, he's doing it at both ends. He's running back tackling and he's attacking as well. Imagine once you put Decore next to him, how filthy that's going to be.
I agree. Funny thing is, his passing accuracy was not that great, 78%. But that pass for Jeffrey Schlupp's goal, watch it back again. He passed it around the referee to Schlupp.
Yeah, it could have hit the referee. Was it Schlupp that mentioned it?
Come on.
That it could have hit the ref.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned it post-game. I think it was Schlupp that saying we would have never known if he hit the referee. It was so close.
It's ridiculous, man. Well, who passes that way? Nah, the kid's got untold talent. He's got high ceiling. My only issue is that we won't have him for that long. But while he's here, I'm going to enjoy it.
No, we will.
No, we won't.
We will.
All right, next. No, we won't.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. We will. I've got no problem with that. Trust me, I will make sure he stays at this football club for a while. Like I've got any power. Will Hughes, 7.5 from you, 7 from me. I mean, good game, and I've it was not as good as maybe like the previous performances, but I think he's fitted into the system, and word on the street is that he's getting enough contract. And I think right now, the way he's been playing, I think he deserves it.
Hadn't heard that, but he deserves it. I mean, him and Wharton have been really good as a two. I think Decoy's an upgrade, but that's no slight on Will Hughes. If for any point during the season next year we talk about having depth and quality, that would be Will Hughes for Decoy without a problem. So no, under Glass they've been great. 88% passing yesterday, 6 recoveries, very solid. I thought he and Wharton controlled the midfield for most of the first half, and then Leno goes down, and they kind of changed their tactics a bit for Fulham. But just in general, Hughes has been very good under Glass. And I'm gonna raise my hand again. Listen, I thought that him coming on as a sub was a joke, but he has shown. And I watched him live 3 times this season, but having watched him on the Glass, that it shows you again how important a manager and coaching is in football.
Yeah, because I mean, look at Will Hughes before Glasner, and
no, thank you. Right, exactly.
He did not look like a footballer. He did not look like a footballer. You wondered where the wonder, how on earth he was ever a wonder kid, and now he just seems like maybe it's his fitness. Maybe it is his fitness that's been improving, but it looks much better. He looks much better in the system, and well, there's talks about potential another midfielder. And I even wondered about this. If Ndidi was to join Palace, we would have Decore, Walton, Ndidi, and Hughes. And the depth option, I think is good. I think that's pretty solid. I was a bit worried at first when I thought about it, but I think it does make sense to have like those 4. But then again, what happens with Ozo? I think Ozo would be good backup 5, or push
exactly,
up the
ranks. There's the Ozo thought, and also we have a couple of players out on loan we've not talked about, like Killian Phillips and Malachi Boateng. So we have a lot of midfield in that position option. So let Glasner do his thing, but I don't think we have to go out and necessarily buy another midfielder in that area. We have players out. I mean, we also have a couple of really good young players in our academy too. So I think we're set midfield, but we'll see.
We'll see. Glasner right now, as we record, is over in America enjoying NBA. I think he's
Knicks, baby. Knicks in 6.
Well, what's the latest? I haven't been following it.
They beat the Sixers today. Glasner, Harris, and Parrish were courtside behind the Sixers bench. Knicks win. Knicks are up 3-1. Series, bro, is over. Sixers fans, sorry.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Knicks fans, I want to see you here next week when the series ends 4-3. All right, then let's move on. Being a Knicks fan, I think Patrick, you're forgetting that you're the Spurs of basketball, so don't forget that. Elise, yeah, 6.5. 6.5 from both of us. It was not as great as games, but I think we're going to say the same thing for a few of these plays, especially the attacking plays, because I guess let's combine Mateta as well, unless you want to say something different. But for me, 6.5 and 6, I just think it comes down to fatigue, because look how great Mateta's been, look how great Elise has been. Eze even had to sit out as well. The amount of games that we've had to play. I know Eze was, Elise was on the bench for one of the games anyways against Newcastle and came off late. You just can tell like they're not 100%. And credit to them. Now they've got that break. I think in a week's time, I think they'll return to their normal form, especially those 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'll at least say, he had a tough time because Anthony Robertson was a very good defender. He did have 5 shots. He had a great opportunity when Wharton put him through. Mateta was very quiet. But I will say this.
I
have a stat. When Olise, Eze, Mateta play together, all 3 start. It's only happened this season 5 times. We've won 4 and lost 1. So it's not about Eze and Olise.
How many was on the glass now, I wonder? Because I think that matters as well.
I'm going to give you that stat in a minute. Calm down. It's not about Eze and Olise.
I can't be calm about Palace.
It's about the 3, bro. So again, 3-2 win over Sheffield United, Hodgson. 1-0 win over Liverpool, Glasner. 5-2 win over West Ham, Glasner. 3-1 win against Brentford, Hodgson. 2 under Hodgson, 2 under Glasner. So there you go.
So basically what you're saying is next season, potentially, we might see Hodgson back at the club. Jordan Ayew. Seven from each of us. There wasn't much to talk about Ayew as well, but if Mateta, Eze, Elise are fit, then maybe Hodgson, 100%. He's won every game when they were fit. But yeah, Jordan Ayew. I don't know. I don't know what his crossing wasn't great, but I think we could have easily included him in the same category as one of those players that wasn't on the level that maybe should be. But look, I don't want to go too much into the tackles, as I said. Even these ratings as well and slate the plays, because I think it was a very good point that we earned considering the circumstances.
I agree with that. I thought Jordan did okay. I mean, he put a great cross in Mateta. Mateta didn't score, but I thought he worked really hard. His crossing was poor. His corners were horrible, so that's the negative. But I really thought under circles, I put a very good shift in. Fulham's a decent side, and we dominated them from a large part of that game, and he was a part of it. So I'm not here to kill Ayew. He's not Eze, but I thought he played actually pretty well yesterday.
Yeah, let's talk about Edouard. Let's move on to the bench quickly. Edouard, 6.5 and 6 from me. Is he doing enough coming off the bench? We had a bit more of a game minutes. Is he doing enough coming off the bench? He had a few more minutes.
I thought yesterday he did really well. I know Glasner pointed out in the post match. He had a couple of shots, one really good opportunity before we got the Schlupp goal down at 1-0. I thought he actually played really well yesterday. I think again, listen, the same thing I said about Mateta, gotta be fair. If you were to give Edouard playing time, I think he would do well. Because remember that there was a point during the beginning of the season when he was doing really well. He had like 4 goals.
That's the thing I was talking about. Dee on a live match reaction show. Make sure to check it out after this if you haven't already watched it. I don't know if he fits his system. I don't know what it is, but Edouard is just a confusing player. He's confusing. I don't know. I guess Glasner knows best, and we might have to find another backup replacement, because if that's the case, I mean, Mateta himself can't do a whole season, especially with what we want to achieve going forward. So this is the perfect opportunity for Edouard to prove himself, because we've stayed up. He's had a few more minutes. I know he hasn't had that many minutes under Glasner, but he had more than usual against Fulham, and I don't think he was great. I know what you mean. He took shots and stuff, but I don't think it was bad either. I think it was pretty average. Just like Schlupp's goal, 8, average. Move on to the next player. No, I'm joking.
Let me. Wow. I'm gonna say wow. Remember the Townsend goal against?
Or wow for what I just done?
Both, actually, both.
Okay.
You just gotta give Schlupp. Basically, remember the Man City goal by Andros Townsend, that ridiculous goal, the volley.
Yeah.
It's not up there because it's not a volley, but what a goal! I thought he had missed, by the way. I didn't know the goal.
I think Lennon should have saved it. It's a good.
Yeah,
job,
Lennon should get like a 5 because he should have saved it.
He should have got back.
I mean, what an appearance as a sub. Listen, all you can ask for as a sub is to come on and make an impact, and what a goal. And he even said after he couldn't have done any better with that. He never hit a ball better in his life. So there's that. So
yeah, exactly. And we needed it. That's the massive thing. We needed that.
Momentum,
and I just didn't want us to lose that game. I think if we can't win a game, if as I said, with the players being tired, with the amount of games, don't lose it. And we didn't lose it. We still managed to find a way to get a point, which is massive. And that's what we want. Now with 4 games unbeaten, I want to be 5 games unbeaten against United. In fact, not just 5 games unbeaten. I want to beat Man United because I think we can. I genuinely think we can. Not saying we will, but we 100% can. Ahmada, 6. Debate around him again. Is he good enough? Is he playing enough minutes? Is he having enough minutes?
Never started the game for us.
There's a reason why Glasner is letting him have minutes coming off the bench. I think it might be more of a confidence thing. I think he's got a technical ability. But yeah, I don't think he was that bad coming off the bench yesterday. And I think Glasner does rate him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be coming off the bench.
He was 7 for 7 passing. The only thing people could talk about is that he had that one dribble, he lost the ball. That's going to happen when you dribble the ball. His passing was perfect. So again, give the kid some minutes. I'm not ready to give this guy a loan or whatever. I want to see this kid start for us next season in some game. I'm not looking to loan him out to League One or the Championship. No. To me, give him a chance. Again, the kid played in the Bundesliga, bro. He's not like he's some scrub from League One. He can play top-level football. Give him a chance. We are too quick to judge players. No one's ever seen the kid start a match for Palace ever. Let him start like 8-9 games. We'll see. You never know. Injuries, you never know. But you never know. You can't say
with injuries, yeah. Realistically, it's going to be a backup option, though. I think that's the case.
Of course. But I'm saying, look at this season, D. Would you ever thought you're going to see Nathaniel Klein starting or so many games.
No,
Will Hughes starting
going
so many
into the
games.
season, going
Yeah,
into the season, he had the best preseason. It was a shock that he hasn't really
yes,
played as
he
much
did.
because he was killing in
Exactly.
preseason.
I remember. I saw
Was
him
killing
playing in
preseason.
Chicago
Yeah,
live,
you saw him
so
playing
he
in
had a good
person. Yeah,
game. So
yeah,
yeah, so
yeah. The only problem is you haven't seen me play in person. So yeah, one
I
day
don't need
hopefully
that.
you'll
I
be
don't
able to
need that
see
in my
that
life.
quality
I'm
as
good.
well. Yeah,
I'm good.
exactly.
I'm good.
Maybe one day you can see that quality as well. You haven't. Yeah, yeah. You're missing out. You're missing out. If you think
I've seen you
Ahmad had a
play.
special
No,
preseason.
see, you're wrong. I saw the back in this game at Palace. I
Okay,
saw
all
you
right, hold
play.
up. Before you talk, hold up. Before you finish your sentence, let me just
He's
add some
rating
context to it.
2.
Look,
You get a 2 for
I
that
was
game.
first of
I
all, I
saw it.
was fasting. I was fasting.
2.
Second of all, I had long hair. Third of all, like I was a whole different person. And third, like I was fasting and it was like extremely sunny. So like it was unrealistic. That was
He gets a
unrealistic.
2
And
for that
I
rating. By the
yeah,
way, people,
well,
it's on.
okay.
It's on. Is it on
No,
YouTube?
all right.
That
Let's
game?
move on to Glasner. Let's move on to Glasner.
Okay,
No one's finding that
exactly.
clip.
Yeah.
You give Glasner 9 because he's Glasner. I give Glasner 8 because I am being real. All right. No, I'll be honest. There's no reason why I gave Glasner 8. I don't think he done much wrong. I think the subs were on point. He just had to make changes. The changes he did make, Schlupp, he ended up scoring a goal. The goal that we conceded wasn't really his fault. I think the fact that they had to fake an injury in the first half showed how great it was.
Exactly. Slow down our momentum. Exactly.
Which is wild to see. Like someone actually faking an injury to stop Palace because it was that bad. They couldn't get out of their own half. But look, I love him. I love him to bits.
I will say it again. I say it to T. He would get a 10 every game, but that would be boring. Okay, because that's how good he is. Tactically set up perfectly. You're right. Faking injuries to stop our momentum. Lineup was fine because you had to rest Eze, and I love what you said about Eze. Eze wanted to play, but why risk him? Okay, does a great job with the players.
Smart. That's
Players
what I'm
on.
saying.
Smart,
He knows.
smart,
like
bro.
we're actually
Yeah.
operating like a football club now. It
Like
sounds
a
so
real
dumb,
club.
but we're not.
Exactly.
Instead of like a Sunday league side. But yeah, so that's
And
good.
the sub he brings in gets the goal of the month. I mean, come on. You gotta give him eight's a disgrace. Should be at least a 9, but whatever. You do you, and I'll do me.
Eight's a disgrace. Should have been at least a 9. Wow, 1 rating higher. So you're so close to a disgrace yourself. Fair enough. That's what you're saying. But look, that's it from Patrick and me. If you have enjoyed the Player Rating Show, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let us know whether you agree or disagree with us in the comment section down below. Until next time, up the